my fence. That's our diesel generator tank. It's usually over there with the generators.
There is nothing left. There is only buildings and they're rotting inside. There's nothing of that beautiful left, nothing. The animals are dead and the lawn is dead and the plants are gone. It's like a war site. It's like a bomb site, and it smells like that too. It's just atrocious.
Jill Wilson has spent years building an oasis in the outback. She and her husband run the remote Turana Roadhouse in northwest Queensland.
The 50-litre Roadhouse deep fryer has just soaked everything in deep fryer oil, and if you can imagine, like silt, everything gets slimy and sloppy from water. But now there's dead animals floating around in it. It's disgusting, it's just the smell of it is unbearable.
An intense wet season had already left towns across the Gulf of Carpentaria isolated for months, cut off by swollen rivers. Then earlier this month came a deluge of rain. The normally dry outback became an inland sea. Record-breaking floods inundated houses in towns like Burketown and Urundangi and swamped cattle stations.
Don't think we'll have any guests here for a while.
More than 3 weeks after the flood, the Wilsons still don't have power or running water.
It's just a logistical nightmare. All our machinery has drowned, so every excavator that we could use right now to try to push all this rubbish into a pile to even just get access to houses and stuff, it's not working.
Oh, this is our bed.
Until they're up on their feet, the rebuild in Burketown will also hit roadblocks. That's because the Wilson family runs the local carpentry business, and their roadhouse would usually house any construction workers.
There's Ergon people stay with us, Department of Transport and Main Roads people stay with us. Like, they're using Turana for the infrastructure, and now they can't. Wherever you look, go, oh, this is what I need right now. Oh, that's not accessible. Right, what else can we do? You're just hitting wall after wall after wall,
That was where the highest flood ever recorded on us had been. And the flood water got 2 inches from the top of that roof. It's like a death in 1,000 cuts. All you can hear is just animals crying out at night. You got all these, we got potty goats here and stuff. You can hear them just getting them washed their way or stuck underneath buildings, and you can hear the cows out in the distance, calves getting separated from their mums because there's just too much water.
Right now, Burketown grazier Shannon Camp doesn't know the full extent of his family's loss. He estimates at least 1,000 cattle have died on their property. But it could take years until he knows for sure.
Especially for a family place like us, it's a significant impact because that's our main source of income. You lose a bit of money, but it just hurts a lot anyway. You don't want any of your stock dying because, this is what you do and they're all sort of like your pets.
The chopper pilots told me that there was a lot of cattle that they were actually doing hay drops to that were too weak to actually eat. So there's going to be losses, even though they're not in water now, they're still not going to survive.
Carpentaria Shire Mayor Jack Bowden says some towns not directly hit by floodwaters are still feeling the effects of months of isolation.
A blind man can see that there's no tourism, there's no work as such, everything grinds to a halt. They haven't worked since well before Christmas and they're not likely to start anytime soon.
This is my lounge room.
Both the state and federal governments are offering financial assistance to impacted residents. But the region's leaders say the support doesn't go far enough. Last week, they met with politicians in Canberra.
Where is this normal in Australia? We've been cut off for 3 months. 3 months of the year, we're flying food and we have no fuel.
All our family paintings on the wall.
Jill Wilson says the money on offer will just make her family's debt worse.
Right now, there's a loan for $250,000 that you can apply for. It's obviously only a loan, so you have to pay that back. But we are already paying loans back for equipment that we can't use, houses we can't use, energy that we can't use.
In a statement, the Federal Minister for Emergency Management, Murray Watt, told 730, the purpose of recovery funding is to provide immediate support, and it is not designed to cover all costs over the long term. He indicated further support could be announced soon.
That's about $180,000 battalion and it's gone under.
Shannon Camp's father Ernie, the mayor of the devastated Berkshire Council, wants that to include money for infrastructure projects to better prepare for inevitable future floods.
We're not asking for a multi-lane highway, we just want some crossings raised by 1.2, 1.5, and that will still have some flooding events, but instead of being cut off for 3 months, we'll hopefully be cut off for a week or 2 weeks.
I hate the term resilient, but that's, if you're not resilient, you don't live up in this country, and you don't have properties and that sort of thing. The trouble with being resilient is, my mate over in Burketown said it a while back. He said, it's all very well being resilient, but every time you've got to pull it out of the dictionary, there's a little part of you dies.